Welcome to MF English Stories. Enjoy short English stories with powerful life lessons. Don't forget to subscribe.
In a small coastal town named Harborville, where the sea met the sky in soft shades of blue, lived a young man named Ethan Carter. He was 24 years old, full of ambition, energy, and dreams of success. Like many people his age, Ethan wanted everything to happen quickly: money, recognition, and a meaningful life. Waiting was something he disliked deeply. Ethan worked at his father's old boat repair shop. The shop had been in the family for over 30 years, built by his father, Thomas Carter, a quiet and hardworking man who believed in honesty, patience, and responsibility above all else. But to Ethan, the shop felt like a cage. While his friends were chasing big careers in the city, he spent his days fixing broken engines and painting worn-out boats. "Dad, I can't keep doing this forever," Ethan said one evening as they closed the shop. "There has to be more to life than waiting for customers who barely pay." Thomas wiped the oil from his hands and looked at his son calmly. "Good things take time, Ethan. Responsibility isn't always exciting, but it builds something real." Ethan sighed. He had heard those words too many times. One night, while scrolling through his phone, Ethan found an advertisement for an online investment program promising fast profits. "Double your money in 3 months," it claimed. The testimonials looked real, and the success stories were tempting. "This is my chance," Ethan thought. "I won't have to waste years like Dad did." Without telling anyone, Ethan invested nearly all his savings. He even took a small loan, convinced that patience was overrated and that smart people moved fast. For a while, everything looked perfect. His online account showed rising numbers. He imagined buying a car, moving to the city, and proving to everyone that he was right. But 3 months later, the website disappeared. The customer service stopped responding. His money was gone. Ethan stared at his phone in disbelief. His heart sank. The excitement turned into fear, then shame. He had lost not only his savings, but also the loan money he couldn't repay. That night, he couldn't sleep. For the first time, he realized what his father meant by responsibility. Days passed, and Ethan became distant. He avoided conversations and worked silently at the shop. His father noticed the change. One evening, Thomas sat beside him on the dock, watching the sun dip into the sea. "Something's wrong," Thomas said gently. "Talk to me." Ethan hesitated, then finally confessed everything: the investment, the loss, the debt. Instead of anger, Thomas remained silent for a moment. Then he nodded slowly. "Son," he said, "mistakes happen, but running from responsibility only makes them heavier." Ethan looked down. "I wanted things too fast. I thought patience was weakness." Thomas smiled sadly. "Patience isn't weakness. It's strength under control. And responsibility means facing the results of your choices, not escaping them." He placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "We'll fix this, but it will take time." From that day on, Ethan committed himself fully to the shop. He worked harder than ever, arriving early, staying late, learning every detail of the business. He stopped looking for shortcuts and started focusing on doing each task well. At first, progress was slow. Some days felt endless, but gradually, things began to change. Ethan learned how to talk to customers, how to manage finances, and how to repair boats more efficiently. He started suggesting small improvements, better scheduling, fair pricing, and even a simple website to attract new clients. Months passed. The shop began to gain more customers. One afternoon, an old fisherman named Mr. Howard came in with a broken engine. Other repair shops had refused the job because it was too complicated. Ethan patiently examined the engine for hours, refusing to give up. 2 days later, the engine was running again. Word spread. Soon, Harborville's residents began trusting the Carter shop more than ever. Just as things were improving, another challenge came. A powerful storm hit the town, damaging dozens of boats. The repair shop was overwhelmed with requests. The pressure was intense, and the workload was exhausting. Ethan felt tempted to turn customers away or rush the work, but this time, he remembered his father's words. "Do it right," he told himself, "even if it takes longer." He worked day and night, sometimes sleeping on a chair in the shop. His hands were sore, his back ached, but he didn't complain. He understood now that responsibility meant standing firm when things were hardest. The townspeople noticed. When the storm passed and the harbor slowly returned to normal, something unexpected happened. The town council chose the Carter Repair Shop as the official maintenance partner for the harbor. It was a contract that guaranteed steady income for years. Ethan stood speechless when he heard the news. That evening, Ethan and his father sat quietly by the sea, the same place where they had talked months before. "I finally understand," Ethan said softly. "The miracle wasn't luck or money, it was patience." Thomas nodded. Patience gives you time to grow. Responsibility gives you strength to endure. Together, they build a future no shortcut ever can. Ethan smiled, feeling a peace he had never known before. He no longer wanted to rush life. He had learned to respect the process, to accept delays, and to take ownership of his choices. The debt was slowly being repaid. The shop was thriving, and more importantly, Ethan had changed. Years later, Ethan would tell this story to young workers who came to learn from him. "Success doesn't come from speed," he would say. "It comes from patience, responsibility, and the courage to keep going when results don't show immediately." And every time he said it, he remembered the storm, the mistakes, and the quiet strength his father had shown him. Because in the end, the greatest miracle wasn't money or success. It was becoming someone strong enough to carry responsibility with patience in his heart.